The coal for the giant furnace was brought by truck and dumped at the back of the apartment building and then shoveled into a steel door opening into the coal room in the basement next to the boiler. Then whoever was in charge of the furnace made sure usually that there was adequate coal burning to keep the furnace hot. I cannot remember if we always had enough heat in the apartments in winter. If we didn't, I suppose that I figured that was normal or just the way things are meant to be. I just turned 8 years old when my family moved out of the apartment building. At that age and younger, what you got one didn't question. The landlords and building owners were out to make money, not friends. If you missed the month's rent, you were out in the snow, babies and old people included. If you were not fast enough moving out, thugs hired by the building owner would come into the apartment, usually accompanied by the sheriff's police, take an upper and lower window frame out, and toss all your furniture and belongings out the window from 3 floors up or whatever. If there were any valuables around, somehow they would find their way into someone's pocket. Tough luck. After all, it's all about money. The economic law of the jungle. The cops work for the rich get richer, and the poor freeze and die. And the poor people at that time mainly consisted of men who fought bravely to keep our country free in the World Wars I and II and Korea, who said life was fair, more like unfair, and anything goes. Back to the clothes drying. When the weather became nicer so that the wet clothes didn't turn into big colorful icicles hanging outdoors, rope cloth lines were strung between buildings attached by pulleys. The clothes were then pinned to the clothesline by wooden clothespins at the 1, 2, 3 floor porch areas. The clothes would be pinned to the line, and the line would be let out by the pulleys so that more clothing could be hung up. In the end, the various heights clothesline with laundry on them made for a colorful festive effect, certainly lively blowing in the breeze. The clothes, when dry or with rain coming, would be reeled in the same way they went out. Any clothes hung up too low and unattended were subject to a possible disappearing act, but there was very little of that. What did disappear more often was a freshly baked pie put out on the porch to cool, or bottles put out on the porch, as all glass bottles were worth cash deposits when turned into stores. I had some not-so-nice acquaintances who were guilty of both thefts. It was usually a kid thing, but not always. Some of these kids were confirmed juvenile delinquents at the age of 5.